My leader is devoted to serving the gods and won't be distracted by other chores." Zhang Yi raised his eyebrows. Isn't Zheng Yixian's desire to protect Yuan Kongye too strong? There must be something fishy between the two of them. Maybe they are a couple. Zhang Yi was very dissatisfied in his heart, but he didn't care about other people's private lives. So he said, "It's like this. Among the people I brought is a doctor with excellent medical skills." Zhang Yi paused and said to Zheng Yixian seriously, "She is my girlfriend, but she is not a mutant and has no fighting ability, so I hope to let her stay with your leader. How about it?" Zheng Yixian frowned with some displeasure when he heard the title, Leader's Lady. "Mr. Zhang Yi, please pay attention to your title for our leader." "Ah, sorry, I thought people who serve the gods should not care about the red tape of the secular world." Zhang Yi smiled with sarcasm in his words. At this time, Yuan Kongye stepped forward and said slowly, "Of course. At this time, Mr. Zhang can still let his girlfriend come to the battlefield, which shows that you attach great importance to this battle. You even let your girlfriend risk her life. Besides, doctors are very important logistics personnel. Let her come to the church and stay with us." Zhang Yi looked at Yuan Kongye and said with a smile, "Look, the leader is still sensible. Well, this matter is settled. And she is here. I will do my best to protect the safety of the church. This is good for everyone." After that, Zhang Yi turned and left the church. Yuan Kongye and Zheng Yixian stared at Zhang Yi's back. Their eyes were meaningful, especially Zheng Yixian, who looked at Zhang Yi with a hint of fear. He is really the biggest destabilizing factor in Tianhai City. I hope he won't become our enemy, Zheng Yixian murmured to himself. Zhang Yi left the church and was about to go back to find Zhou Ke and others to tell them the results of the meeting. At this moment, he caught a glimpse of a familiar figure. Zhang Yi subconsciously looked over, and the man also looked back. Their eyes crossed in the air, and Zhang Yi immediately raised his eyebrows, a little surprised. Li Jian? He saw a skinny, middle-aged man wearing black-framed glasses passing by the church with a tired look. This was his former good neighbor, the former Tianhai financial director of Walmart Group, Li Jian. After so long, Zhang Yi thought they had been eaten by zombies in Yuelu community. Unexpectedly, he suddenly appeared in the snow worship sect. When Li Jian saw Zhang Yi, a flash of surprise flashed in the depths of his eyes, but soon he turned his head and walked away as if he didn't know Zhang Yi. People avoided suspicion, and he didn't have the heart to say hello. Zhang Yi came to where they parked their snowmobiles. Zhang Yi walked up to a few people and told them the content of the meeting. After listening to it, everyone was not too surprised. After all, when they came, they also guessed that this would be the result. They just didn't expect that they might have to live here for a while. Zhang Yi said as he looked at Zhou Ke, "As for Ke, you sleep with Liang Yue in the car first. I will take you to the church after the battle begins. The leader of the snow worship cult is there, and they will definitely fight to the death to protect the safety there. If we need treatment, we will come to you." Zhou Ke nodded. "Okay, no problem. In addition, there are a few more things I want to tell you." Zhang Yi's tone became a little low, and his face became serious. Zhou Ke blinked and hurriedly stood up and listened to Zhang Yi's words. Others were also very curious, wondering what Zhang Yi was going to do. Zhang Yi looked around and confirmed that no one was nearby, so he pulled a few people into the car. After closing the car door, he said to Zhou Ke that Yuan Kongye is not an ordinary person. She can help people awaken their superpowers, but I am not very confident in her ability. First of all, remember that once she offers to help you awaken, you must refuse. Do you understand? Zhou Ke lowered her eyelids, pondered for 2 seconds, and then slowly nodded. Zhang Yi knew that Zhou Ke was a little disappointed. She also hoped that she could become a superhuman so that she could help Zhang Yi more, instead of just praying silently at home for Zhang Yi's safe return as in the past. But since Zhang Yi said so, she would listen to Zhang Yi's instructions honestly. Zhang Yi touched her face, stared into her eyes, and reminded her carefully, "There is no free lunch in this world. All the gifts of fate have been secretly marked with a price. So you must not be greedy for small gains, otherwise you will suffer a big loss sooner or later. Zhou Care smiled sweetly. I'll remember it. Look at you, are you so worried about me? Zhang Yi smiled. It's not that I'm worried about you, but I care about you too much. When others saw Zhang Yi and the two of them showing off their love, they all had a playful look on their faces. Uncle Yu was laughing, and Fatty Shu couldn't bear to look directly at him. As a single dog who had been hurt in love, he couldn't bear to see this and really wanted to gouge out his eyes. In addition to this, there is another thing you need to do. Help me keep an eye on someone, Yuan Kongye, Zhang Yi said to Zhou Care. Zhou Care tilted her head. Do you think there is anything wrong with her? Zhang Yi thought for a while and said, her existence itself is a big problem. In short, you should pay more attention to all her actions in secret. Just tell me when the time comes. Zhou Care said, okay, I know. Two people were chatting when someone knocked on the car door. Zhang Yi turned his head and saw that it was his old classmate, Xing Tian. Zhang Yi came out of the car. What are you doing? Xing Tian said leisurely. Everyone is busy setting up the defense line. We don't know when the zombies will come. You should also quickly familiarize yourself with the environment. Zhang Yi smiled and said, you are really concerned. Of course. Xing Tian looked into the distance at the defense line that his team was responsible for. I brought all my old tricks with me. We can't afford to lose this battle. At this point, he suddenly gritted his teeth. Damn it, I hope that old guy Bian Junwu doesn't play tricks on us. Zhang Yi exhaled deeply through his nose and patted him on the shoulder. Do your best. Now, except trusting them, it seems that we have no better way. It was the abandoned commercial building next to St. John's Cathedral. It is more than 100 meters high and located in the center of Snow Worship Church. So Zhang Yi came to the abandoned building and planned to make some arrangements on the top floor. However, several Snow Worship sect mutants blocked Zhang Yi's way very cautiously and did not allow him to enter the building. This is the forbidden area of our Snow Worship sect. Please leave, a Snow Worship sect mutant who was blocking Zhang Yi said with a serious expression. Forbidden area? Zhang Yi showed a playful smile on his face. This term made him feel a little funny. Have you read too many martial arts novels? Snow Worship sect was established only a few months ago. This commercial building had nothing to do with them before. How come it has become a forbidden area now? It is inconvenient for us to explain this to you. Mr. Zhang, please don't embarrass us, the mutant said with a cold face. Zhang Yi and his companions immediately realized that there was something fishy in this building. Okay. The guest follows the host's wishes, then I will change places. This is a commercial district and there are many high-rise buildings. Changing one will not make much difference. But this matter aroused Zhang Yi's strong interest. He likes to find out other people's intelligence the most, because that may be someone's life gate. Zhang Yi changed to a building next door. He climbed to the top of the building step by step. The height of more than 30 floors made him a little breathless. If he hadn't exercised more often, he would have collapsed on the ground at this time. For example, Fatty Shu, he refused to come up halfway up and had to wait for others to come down on the stairs. Uncle Yu said, can't you just use the double doors to cross the space? You have to climb up step by step, how troublesome. Zhang Yi smiled and said, when there is no one in the dark, I will use the double doors to move. But this ability cannot be easily exposed. Uncle Yu sighed. You are too steady. Now that the major forces are cooperating, not enemies, Zhang Yi's vigilance has not decreased at all, Zhang Yi observed from the top of the building. Sure enough, his choice was not wrong. From this angle, his shooting can cover the area with a radius of 3.5 kilometers centered on this place. Within this range, except for some blind spots in front, his bullets can snipe at any point. At least he can cover the range outside the 4 lines of defense. Okay, I'll defend here. You guys stay in this building. Anyway, we don't have to fight on the front line, so we can adapt to the situation. After confirming the sniper point, Zhang Yi and his men walked down from the roof and returned to the snowmobile to rest first. On Li Jian's side, he left quickly after meeting Zhang Yi. On the way back, he was a little uneasy, and he was hesitating whether to tell Zhang Yi what he knew, Then he prayed that Zhang Yi could take their family away. But after thinking about it carefully, he denied the idea in his heart. Because Zhang Yi is not a selfless saint. It is impossible for others to take them in for no reason. Li Jian looked at the tent where his son was staying and fell into a dilemma. Son, there will be another war here soon, and the battle is not small. It's very unsafe here, and the zombies may come at any time. Come with us. But inside the tent, Li Keli didn't react at all. Especially when he heard that they were going to the church, he suddenly yelled like a wounded beast. I'm not going! Go! All of you go! Li Jian and Zhang Jianfang looked sad but helpless. Where's Bei? She dislikes me, right? That must be the case. Li Jian came out of the tent thinking the snow cult has turned my son into what he is now. There is no point in staying any longer. I think I have to try to contact Zhang Yi and the others. The others began to rest. In this way, the time came to midnight. Zhang Yi, who was resting in the car, suddenly opened his eyes. He sat up from the bed and there was a snoring sound next to him. Uncle Yu and Fatty Shu snored louder than each other. Zhang Yi lifted the curtain on the car window and looked outside carefully. Even at midnight, there were still people patrolling the camp, but most people had already rested. Especially the building that outsiders were forbidden to approach, there were many guards around it. Obviously, there were major secrets of the snow worship sect hidden there.